The Chosen is the hit series about the life of Jesus and just completed filming of its third season in September, continuing its unprecedented success as the largest fan-supported entertainment project of all time. It's now been viewed over 420 million times.
Wow, if you haven't caught it yet, the first 2 episodes of season 3 are going to be in theaters nationwide on November 18th. And we have 2 of the actors via Zoom from the show this morning joining us. We've got Elizabeth Tabish and Patel. They play Mary Magdalene and Matthew. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Elizabeth, I'm seeing in this season, Mary Magdalene has more and more scenes and interactions with fellow women who are following Jesus. We got some girl power happening here, right? Tell us more about that.
This season, there are so many beautiful female storylines. I think we start seeing the women as in the roles that we're sort of familiar with them as the sort of financiers of the ministry. So they find a lot of lovely solutions to problems of keeping things moving. But there's also a lot of sort of misunderstandings and passive-aggressive interpersonal issues that they get to work out and kind of help each other grow to be more confident and more loving female supporters. And then Laura Silva plays Eden, and she has a really beautiful storyline of some of the challenges of being a follower of Jesus. And I'm excited for people to see that storyline.
You know, if there was room for an 11th commandment, I think thou shalt not be passive-aggressive could have been in there. But it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out.
Yeah, and Paris, you know, it's the 3rd season. How does it feel to be back and to be showing this in theaters for all the followers of the show?
I feel like I'm dreaming. I need to pinch myself to awake. I don't know. It's been so surreal, this whole experience and this whole journey to begin with, because we started out as just a web series, and to be in theaters nationwide a few years later is something I never expected, and I'm just pleasantly surprised with how much response the show has had on the audience, and it's kind of fulfilling our artists' lives of just the things we're able to accomplish. And so this whole thing is just, I don't know when reality is gonna sink in.
You know, Elizabeth, playing Mary Magdalene, I mean, that's a big role, right? You studied psychoanalytical focus. You had a classical film background. How has that psychoanalytical study helped you with portraying this role of Mary? I mean, how deep are we getting?
My undergrad was in film theory, and I sort of studied films through a psychoanalytic lens. And I think psychoanalysis is this wonderful tool to analyze behavior that is a little unusual or complicated. And I think Mary has been written in this kind of modern way where we can analyze her and understand some of her behaviors that don't make sense at first, but due to her because of her specific traumas. And there's some PTSD in her character in season 1 and season 2 where she gets triggered. And so, yeah, I think she's a really good case study for psychoanalysis. But as an actor, I just wanted to relate to her and connect with her in an emotional way where I can embody her instead of analyze her. But yeah, she's gone through a lot, and I'm realizing from audience response that people relate to that and have gone through similar things. So yeah.
Okay, and Paris, you know, what do you like best? You play Matthew. What do you like best about your character?
Everything. You know, I think with the audience is kind of getting to know him each season on a deeper level, and what has always been important to me in portraying Matthew is just being someone authentic, someone who constantly wants to learn, and someone who just wants to be the best version of themselves. So to me, that's just kind of the biggest blessing to be able to play Matthew. And you know, I as Paris am learning from him every day whenever I get to step into those shoes.
Yeah, when you say you learned from him, that was kind of my next question. How has portraying these roles, or even have portraying these roles, affected you as a person or an actor or an actress?
It's completely affected. For me, I was when I first got the role, I was very depressed. I was trying to quit acting. I was sort of at the end of this line where I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, and I connected with the Lilith portion of her in season 1, episode 1, where she is in a state of despair. And through her growth and through my experience with this project, I have sort of, like, she has led the way. Mary has sort of guided me in this role model sort of capacity, where I'm growing with her and maturing with her and learning things sort of through the character. And it's brought so much joy and so much peace in my life, and the audience response is the same sort of thing. It's really, it opens up my heart.
Yeah. With Matthew, I learn a lot through his inner strength and confidence that's growing as we're seeing as the seasons progress. So that's been something that I've been grateful for, to just be influenced by that, and kind of just, taking the tools and the preparation for the character and adapting that into my daily life, especially like being patient and you might not always get the answer you want, but you have to have faith and believe in yourself.
And Paris, actually, your character has autism. So how did you prepare to take on that role and that characteristics?
Well, as any actor, you try to prepare the best way. With Matthew, Dallas Jenkins, our showrunner creator, is on the spectrum, so he and I kind of had very productive meetings, and on my end, I would volunteer, and then I also studied, TV shows and movies and things like that, just to get into the body and voice and mannerisms and things like that, because the most important thing to me, especially as an actor, is telling the story in the most authentic way possible, and I just wanted to just tell it in the most truthful way and kind of just show light to the autism community and show my support in showing this character. And I think the audience really responded. So it's been so inspiring to see the impact that Matthew has had, not only on the autistic community, but also my background being a South Asian person. A lot of people are just watching the show coming from different communities that can relate to Matthew. And I never really expected this kind of growth. And it's just been so inspiring. I say inspiring a lot, but that's all it is. If there was a better word, I would say that, but it's really fulfilling.
It's pretty impressive what's happening. And if you got time to catch the first 2 seasons, because Chosen Season 3, episodes 1 and 2 are going to be in theaters nationwide this Friday. So get on it. Get seasons 1 and 2 done.
There you go.
Right? You want more?
Yeah, what they said.
For more information, it's pretty easy. Just go to thechosen.tv.